Hello, and welcome back to our 10th episode of Valley of Endless War. Today, we will explore their the parties coming back to Svartalheim with this news of a secret elven base deep within the heart of Grandma Shu. But before that, we should talk about the schedule coming up this week. This week coming looks a little light. We have Star Wars this coming Tuesday. There is going to be no Valley of Endless War on Wednesday. There will be no Tales of Arden. We don't have anything on Dimension Dial yet, so stay tuned for that. But I'm pretty sure there will be no Frontier of Eberron either. So just Star Wars this coming week, I think. But I think the next week after that, we're going to be trying to come back for this Star Wars, Arden, all of it. So Star Wars next week. Week after that, we kick back up. Let's introduce our cast for tonight, starting with the fantastic Frank.
Hello, I'm Flying Frank the Fantastic. If you see me on anything, it's Ezra Zukin, but you're probably not because I really only play games and D&D. Merle.
Hi, I'm Nifty. I play Merle the Fighter. I'm Nifty Root Beer on most social medias. On YouTube, you can find me as Nasty No Mixie.
Start off with Mikhail.
Hey guys, I'm Dia, also known as DiaVille.cos on all social media. Apologies in advance, I am sick following Auckland Wintergeddon quite recently over this past weekend, so I do sound a little bit congested, but I'm here and happy to play. Our lovely Mikhail, who has been absent for a couple of sessions, but is back, and is just glad that no one's permanently kicked the bucket just yet. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, back with perfect timing. You saved the rest of the crew. Seraphine.
Because we still could. I am Cosmic Bet. I am Cosmic_Bet on pretty much every social media, and I am playing Seraphine.
All right. Well, we are still working on coming up with new intro videos. So we're gonna get right into Valley of Endless War. What are you all doing as Frank has just come back up from flying down and trying to catch an elven body as it tumbled off the cliff.
I think we're just riding back, right? As fast as we can to the dwarves.
I mean, do we wanna search it? Because I got it. I caught him.
Oh yeah, definitely
And he
search
just
it.
kind of like brushes off his shoulder real quick. Where does like the body disappear? Should we keep it hidden? That place is weird.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to actually hide it. Maybe we can find some rocks or something.
Well, I mean,
give it a burial.
he opens his hands. He's like, "Do you see him?" Magic trick. He's gone for now. We don't have to worry. I could just wait till we get into town.
Where did he go?
A magician never tells his secrets.
All right, let's go. And she just keeps going or hops on one of the goats or walks. I don't know if there's residents available on the goats.
I think Frank takes up way too much space on Bertha.
It's not giving me items. I'm trying to roll randomly on what he'll have. Need 2 seconds. Think about it.
Yeah, take your time.
1, 2.
Wait till we get to like town. Well, he'll wait till we get to like town or something where we're a little more covered.
Okay. I've got it.
Steel toe boots, I'll take it. Sorry.
Do you want to loot him?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Pull him on out.
So Frank goes and like, all right, well, let's. He puts his hands out. He claps them real quick, and then the body's on the ground.
Poof. It's it looks very much like the body, you know how Harry Potter, how people apparate and they like come together in spindly twine-like versions of themselves and then they knit themselves together. It's like a very fast version of that. And the body just appears on the ground, clearly dead.
Yeah. Frank goes down and starts going through his pockets, just pulling stuff out.
You start going through his pockets. You find an arcane focus. His robes are very lovely. And they are untouched by damage. I forgot what I was going to give you. Okay. You find an orb.
Is it a square orb?
You just watched the Minecraft movie, didn't you?
Shut up.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
Don't call me out like this. Not in public.
No, it's not a square fucking orb. That's stupid. It's a round orb. It's almost purple crystal. Like it's very dark. Not at all like vibrant like a crystal you would normally see. You can see your reflection in it like a mirror.
May I inspect that orb more closely?
Frank just tosses it to Mikkel. Like, not even
Mikkel,
thinking,
do
just
you-
like, boop.
Roll to catch it.
May I roll with
I'm
advantage?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that to you. That's so
I
shitty.
did it with his tail. Don't forget, this is the guy who yeets explosives on a regular basis. You think he can't catch a fucking orb? Be for real.
I know you can
Yeets the
throw them.
explosive.
Can you
Does it mean
catch
you wanna
is another
catch?
question.
Of course he can. Just did. Would you like me to
So-
roll to Arcana or?
No. This is. Do you have identify?
I do, but am
You
I
do?
able to do anything
This would
aside
be-
from that?
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and roll Arcana.
That was just a 13 on Arcana. If that doesn't
Okay.
yield much, he will cast Identify, but he likes to inspect things
This
first before resorting to magic.
this item is magical. It is clearly an enchantment based in conjuration. Or no, sorry. Not conjuration. Transmutation.
Interesting. Am I able Am I able to gather whether it has something to do with the elemental that he was fighting with?
It does not. It's clearly
Okay.
different from an
Okay.
elemental core.
Now I will
Elemental
cast
cores are In the case of air elementals, they're small, like fist-sized marbles of like
Hmm.
cloud surrounded in glass. For earth elementals, it's a shiny red crystal.
Hmm.
Water elementals would be a different thing. Flame elementals would be a different thing.
Frank's checking to see if this guy has clothes under his robes.
He's wearing underwear?
I think the dwarves will get mad if I just plop a half-naked body in front of them. I mean,
No.
I don't think that they would if it was an elf body.
All right.
Yeah.
Frank just goes over and like pulls the body around and stuff to try to get the robe off.
It's pretty easy. It fastens down the front.
Does it magically shrink by chance?
You would have to put it on.
Oh, he's trying.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, we're so screwed.
You are able to rip it off as it starts to wrap itself around your face.
Oh,
Maybe don't put that on, Frank.
Nah, I put it back on the body and just throw them both. I make them both disappear again. Sorry, the thing looked very. It was pretty, but it wanted to eat me. I don't like things that want to eat me.
Yeah, that
So,
did not look pleasurable.
That isn't. If it were to be identified, it would be cursed elven archmage robes or mage robes. The curse part comes if you're not an elf, it tries to kill you.
we could take those for future use.
He does his little like magic hand clap again, and the robes are there. And he's like, I ain't touching that. Go for it.
Mikael would also like to cast Identify this time, taking a bit longer with you.
Okay. You sort of sit in the orb. You create an arcane circle in the gravel. And spending 11 minutes, you learn the secrets of this orb. This orb.
It's 1 minute. He's not casting this as a ritual.
Oh, you're casting it. All right. I will add this orb to your.
I'm not risking us being caught out here longer than necessary.
Have I actually made this orb? That's the question.
Secret orb.
Secret tunnel.
Yep, I did.
Oh, well done.
If you want to look in your backpack, I added it there. You have found an extra-dimensional workshop. An item of my own creation. I'll just read it out loud so everyone can understand.
You needed the
Placing
live
a huh?
You needed the live react. I'm like, ooh.
Placing a standard toolkit of any type within 1 foot of this item will produce a 40 by 40 foot workshop 1 minute later. The workshop produced will be of the same type of kit used, i.e. placed an alchemy kit, get an alchemy lab. It has all of the possible tools and amenities you would need for large-scale production of whatever you're trying to make. If you have proficiency with the kit, you may add proficiency to anything you make within the lab at advantage.
He has proficiency with 4 sets of different tools and has all of those tools at his disposal.
Yep.
He can be
I
very
thought-
useful to me.
I thought this is the perfect item to give out. Because you guys are going to do a lot of traveling this campaign, and you not being able to craft will be a fucking pain in the ass.
Excellent. This will be very useful.
So, that being said, what did I say? The robes, extra dimensional workshop,
Arcane focus.
arcane focus. Yes, the arcane focus is just his arcane focus. It is magical, but all right. And with that, oh, you do find gold and silver, but you know that is, well, these three know that it is almost useless in the Dwarven Society.
Do we want to split the gold?
As well. I won't say no to gold.
Yeah, we can't use it here, but when we get home, we might be able to take it with us.
Exactly.
On this body, you find 4,000 gold and 8,000 silver, tucked in
Yeah,
an
pros and
extra dimensional pocket in his robes.
Nice. So,
Hell yeah.
well, split it 5 ways. I gotta save some for the paladin who has narcolepsy on their horse or something. We should probably catch up to her. And Frank goes to get on Betsy. He hasn't rode Betsy in a while.
All
Gives her a
right.
good scritch behind the ears.
Betsy, Bertha, and now Barda, all ready to go. Because Mikhail had to get here somehow.
How much would that gold be divided? The gold and silver, sorry. Divided by 5?
Yes.
Yes, you're asking us to do that. Oh gosh. Stupid phone. 800 each. What did I say? 8,000? 8,000.
4,000?
1,600 silver each.
1,600. Hell yeah.
Useful.
Frank would basically pass that out while we're riding because he can just kind of fly around and be like,
Perfect distribution.
"Here, hold me for a second," and counts out your gold and stuff. Thanks. Flies off to the next person.
You guys all separate out your gold, taking some time. You start to head down the mountain. As really the path kind of ends here, and going down the side of the mountain toward the valley is really your only option. You're being very cautious as you go, as you've already been ambushed twice now. Heading down this way, you discover that you are much closer to Svartalheim than you thought. And it is only another half day's journey to get to the city proper.
Can Frank try to take a look ahead afterwards with his cantrip?
Go ahead and give me a perception with advantage.
A 22.
With a 22, ahead of you, you see the vast desert. You see the city of Svartalheim. And you see a vast area of sand in the desert. A swath of it, almost a triangle, that has been recently burned into glass.
Oh, Buddy's been here.
Several charred corpses
Can we
within
tell if they're
its
elves
area.
or
They are not elves. This is a platoon of dwarves that was headed out to a tower.
Oh,
Does it look like it was heading towards Farnelheim? Is that what it's called? Where we're headed back to? Is it like in the direction?
The direction of the cone that it flew over and suggests that it was in the direction of Svartalheim.
maybe he just wanted to talk, and they were like, "No, you can't talk. You're too big," and he took it as an offense.
I think we need to get back.
Yep.
Seraphine is reading my notes ahead of time.
Oh, we're dead. We're dead.
Oh, God. So, as you take your time, sort of hurrying along the sill goats, you do come across a city untouched.
See, it was just a misunderstanding, obviously. One-off
Mhm.
thing.
Okay, but we need to
Sure.
let them
Provoked
know.
him.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah.
Frank waves.
Oh my god. What was his name again?
His name is
Start with a V, I think.
Viservaraz.
There we go.
Vesevaraz.
Vesevaros.
Sebaraz.
Wait, can we see him?
Or can we just hear him? Here's my notes. Sweet mother.
I
That is
now
your
have
character.
to write it down for myself because I had quickly forgotten.
Frank
So,
remembers his friends.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What was the question?
Can we
Can we
see him?
see him?
Can you see him? He is off to your left. So as you're headed towards Svartalheim, you are headed back north and off to the west over the mountains. He is sitting on top of a mountain.
Is he looking toward the city?
He's looking right at all of you
Yeah, I'm waving at
as
him.
you head toward the city.
I would also probably give him a wave.
Your, in perspective, tiny little hands and arms
Yeah.
wave.
Mage hand.
I could do the same thing. I'll cast Mage Hand. Oh wait, mine's
Oh my
invisible.
god.
Darn
Yeah,
it!
they're all invisible, guys.
Dip it in water, then
So-
dip it in the sand, and then wave it.
You wave at Viseveros. Rolling perception. Does he see? Nope. Your hands are. You're just far too far away and far too tiny. He can see your little dots moving along the road. And that's really all he can see. However, as you are very slowly moving toward the city, he picks up from the mountain, glides down into the valley, and heads south.
Okay, good. He's going away from here.
I
Um,
And
we should-
immediately begins attacking a tower.
What tower? Can we see it?
One of the ones being currently held by the dwarves.
It's a problem for us.
That is not good.
We should probably. Maybe. How far are we from the city?
Mm, I said a half day's ride. So you're probably 3 miles out, 4 miles out now.
Far as the tower?
It's like 15 miles in the southern direction.
Okay. I think that maybe we need to alert somebody.
Mhm.
Because it seems like he might be targeting the dwarfs for some reason.
Maybe we could convince him to stop.
I mean, as you're watching him attack this tower, they're not just taking it. There is large bolts of lightning and large black bolts from large ballistas being fired at and into the dragon.
I don't know who to
Like-
cheer for.
He's fucking massive and he's dealing a lot of damage.
I say we are closer to the city, and
Yeah.
we should probably warn everybody in the city to possibly take some cover.
And then we go
Probably
talk
best
to our
option.
buddy to see if he can stop, and then just go eat elves if he's hungry.
We can certainly do something.
I guess that's a start.
So, heading toward the city, your first obstacle is the farmer who you rented the sill goats from. He comes to retake possession of his goats and take them into the city with the rest of his herd for protection. It seems they know.
Good, they're not as unobservant as I thought.
In fact, your second obstacle is the 3 platoons worth of dwarven guards barring entry at the gate.
Fantastic.
Think they'd let us fly over?
If you can fly, I do not have wings.
Just make you tiny.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's very fraying, honestly.
What would you all like to do?
How many guards are at the front gate?
3 platoons.
3 platoons, meaning platoon is a 100.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, dog. Did you say one platoon is 100?
No, a platoon is 20 to 50 soldiers. So 150 soldiers.
Holy fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna. Do I recognize any of them from being like part of the bullshit?
Fuck no.
God damn it.
All these dwarves look like.
The fucking same? That's racist.
What orders are being shouted? If any.
No orders are being shouted. However, as you attempt to draw closer to the gate, they do shout, "Halt!"
Who's in charge?
A dwarf, you think,
Makes sense.
starts to walk through the large crowds, pushing dwarves, parting them like a sea, as he puts 2 metal arms down, sort of in a triangle, like a train, to push them out of the way as he moves forward. Give me but a moment.
You're muted.
I am Major General Havoc. I am in charge.
This there are living parts of this guy, but they are vastly overshadowed by the parts of him that are entirely machine. There is a core rested at the center of his heart that is made up of what looks like several hundred cores of flame elementals.
Michaela, so
They-
fascinating. Wow.
They radiate magical energy.
What was the name of the guy that sent us out to get the flower?
Major, well, the flower,
And
Or the
Chorus-
orbs or whatever?
that would be Alchemist Jake.
Fuck. I don't even know.
Sort of, as you all take a moment to look at each other and gather and kind of like give each other looks like, well, what's our story? What are we saying? He descends upon you. You hear the steam creak and the joints of gears as he bends down and puts a withering eye that
How
telescopes
close
in
does
your
it
direction.
get to our faces?
Merle, it is this close to your eye.
I hate this. I'm going to take a step back and I'm like, listen, we were here. We were under the authority of the army at one time, and now we are freelancers. We need to get back into the city. We have vital information.
First, what was your purpose outside the city?
Alchemist, I don't even know.
Okay.
We were sent on a mission by your town's alchemist to get some ingredients.
Elemental cores.
And I'm just like, fucking Frank.
There is a moment produce evidence. Oh, what the fuck? It didn't do it. Oh, it changed. Why?
I hate you.
It does.
Produce evidence of your quest.
You guys, did we ever collect any?
They're on the goat.
Yeah,
like,
they were
were
the.
Any
Were they the
shadow-
right ones?
Yeah, we had
like-
well,
You had like 4
Okay, I can't remember if they're the
of,
right ones or
of
not.
the 10 you were supposed to grab.
Yeah, he doesn't know how many though.
Frank goes and grabs one of them and like lifts up above his head and flies with all his might to staying like, actually flying.
See?
What is this? News. You have to report.
I'm not sure what you rank, so I'm not sure if that's information that we can give you.
I am a major general and a noble. Under
How come-
some of our king, I am only ranked 3 ranks under himself.
It's a pretty low number. And Frank drops the quarterback into the bag.
I've never seen you before.
I like to keep to myself.
Do you blame a guy?
I mean, you can walk me to. I don't even know the person's name of the. It's like the head of this place. Is it Cleavage?
I'm pretty sure 3 is higher than Cleavage's number.
You
Okay.
speak of major cleavage.
Yeah, she's the one that brought us, trained us when we got to this world.
Major cleavage! Front and center!
And bounding through the ranks with her large battle axe on her back, Major Cleavage arrives at his side with a bang. The rock of the paved road crushing under her legs.
Oh, thank God, somebody we fucking know. Please tell this man, this humble man, that to let us into the city and we haven't been under your wing. Or we were under your wing.
I'm sorry, but you gave up the right to call upon my aid when you left the military.
We have
We have
information about this
questions.
dragon that is attacking.
And we have questions before you will be allowed to enter the city.
Okay?
The dragon. We have known of it for a long, long time. How did it come to be released?
I would like to know this as well.
When we were out, we came upon some elves. And there was a cave. And we hid. They walked into a cave and the dragon flew out.
Frank pulls
Roll a
out
deception check.
Oh God! Oh, I only have a +1.
It's all good.
It's a 7. It's a 7.
Why are you
Why are
talking?
you guys? Why are you guys letting me talk? God damn it!
You're the one who talked first.
Because nobody else was. I was scared.
Can Frank put on a performance of like slapping her and trying
Yeah,
to step
somebody
forward?
just like slap me.
The telescopic eye zooms in on you again.
I find your words to have within them falsehoods. Speak the truth,
Frank will
or
push her.
be compelled.
I'm not talking
Frank's going to push her back and be like,
Okay, cool.
"Okay, Mr. General, I'm sorry. I've just been here shortly.
Major General,
Mr. Major General, I apologize. I haven't got to meet any of you. I got to this world and, been here a short time. But anyways, we went for the cores. I'll just tell you the whole story. I'll make it try to short because, you got a lot of people. It's a lot of time. But we were going over to the old woman's boot to pick up some elemental cores and a flower. But while we were there, we found that there were some elves that were making a secret base in the boot. So your boot's infected with elves, which, sucks. And there's there's not very many of us. So we had to run and like barely made it out of there.
arrest
Why?
them.
Frank goes, hold on. And then he drops
No.
the elf.
It's
Elf falls
you
out of
drop the elf.
I drop the elf. Just as his hands are waving, the elf falls out.
He takes a metal hand and he puts it down to where you drop the elf and flicks the elf body 40 feet through the air that way.
Do you have any idea how easy it is to find elves out there? Yet you come here with a story of our most sacred of mountains being infiltrated by an entire city of elves. A secret race.
Secret base. Gives him the holy symbol. Like the
Your
arcane thing.
falsehoods have gone too far, and we will get to the root of this.
It seems to me, Major General, that your pride has gotten
You're
too
all
far.
being put in
Have the
irons.
tag.
That's
Can I
fine.
pull out the tag that I got off the dead dwarf that was there?
The tag.
Yeah, it was metal tag and it had his name stamped in it. It had faded a little bit, but I had taken it off from around his neck. It was like a dog tag with his information on it.
You take it off, and as you're being clapped in irons, you throw it to someone. Who do you throw it to?
I'm gonna throw it to the what's his face robot man.
Mr. Major
You're
General.
gonna throw it to Major General Havoc.
Yes, here we have proof.
It clatters against his chest piece and falls to the ground.
You recognize this?
Again, you hear the whirring of gears and the hissing of steam as he bends over, grabs it, the eye.
Where did you find this?
We found it on a dead dwarven soldier who was in those mountains, who was killed by the elves, hiding there. Why would I have this if we were lying? How would I find this if we were lying?
Very well. We will go together, and we will get to the root of this issue. You 5. And 1 platoon of men, along with Major Cleavage. You will come with me. We will go back to the mountain. We will go to the cells of solitude. We will find his body. And if even one aspect of your story does not ring true, I will end your lives right then and there.
Is there more than one entrance or exit into those mountains? If there is, it may be prudent to send a squadron to cover each of them, because a platoon is visible and audible. And if they've snuck in, they can just as easily sneak out under your nose.
Major Cleavage
So
speaks up.
Wise Major General would cover their bases.
Major Cleavage speaks up. Says, there is only one entrance to the shoe, as far as I know. And that is the cave before the cells. The cells themselves are not a way in, or they are not supposed to be. If what you claim is true, then they have been made to be. We shall see. Major General, I do know these 5. Well, with the exception of the 2 there.
Frank waves.
They have like the tiniest handcuffs for you. It's kind of cute. Says, I would be willing to vouch some of my reputation on their story being at least a little true. Might I ask for some forgiveness if it is found to be false? Not death, but incarceration.
Very well. But on your reputation, be it.
And you are all pushed back in the direction of the mountain. Now, I'm not going to make you go through days of travel,
We gotta go
being
fucking back.
handcuffed, being pushed and prodded by dwarves that really they have to march because of you, so they're not happy with you.
Can I
But-
flirt with cleavage on the way?
It is uncomfortable. You certainly can try. Roll me a base charisma check.
27.
27. Honestly, you've done far better in these last 4 days of travel flirting with her and getting her to pay attention to you than anyone of your size ever has had a chance of before. However, she finds your wings repulsive.
Mm.
She's just not into that, bruh. Not to mention, she does tell you at the end of the third day, please stop, I'm a lesbian.
Oh, yeah. Like if she wasn't reciprocal, he'd just be like, he'd back off, you know.
Right. Well, she doesn't say that until the third day because she just needs you to stop. She doesn't share personal details like that normally.
He apologizes,
Yeah.
bows, and backs off.
So, 4-5 days of travel in, you are coming to the entrance of Grandma's shoe. A breakaway of Major General Havoc and Major Cleavage and several soldiers takes you up the winding path to the cells of solitude. And you take them into the cell where the body is supposed to be. It has been wiped clean. No evidence that there was ever any death here.
Reckon the wall's still there?
Right, I was about to say, can you go over to the wall and see if my hand goes through it?
You tell them about the invisible wall, about the fake wall.
Oh yeah, I can't. I'm in handcuffs, aren't I?
The Major General himself goes and wades through the pool, and his hand meets solid stone.
Does no one know like Circle of Truth around here?
Am I able to ritual cast detect magic?
Ritual casting detect magic would require your hands, which you currently have no use of.
Which Mikhail asked to gain use of? We can
You
see if
asked-
there's magic tampering at play.
You ask to gain use of it and your hands, and he assures you that any way you have to see magic or sense magic, he has a better way.
Then
And he
please
tells you
share with
there
the
is.
class.
He goes, his eye sort of goes telescopic.
To
a
which
couple
Mikhail
times.
suddenly just is extremely fascinated by and just like fire off several dozen questions asking about the mechanism. It's very cool to him.
I
He just
assure
got so
you,
excited so quickly.
this is neither the time nor the circumstance.
Pretty safe to say, they're not happy.
I'd be using Mage Hand on every available surface I could reach.
Oh, you are pushing against every wall in here, the floor, the ceiling, every wall. Nothing. It is all solid as rock. What do you do?
If one of you guys let me free, I can try and use one of my weapons to see if I can take down the wall. Because it was there. I watched it happen.
How else would
This
you
is
explain the dog tags?
ridiculous. Fine. Damaging a centuries old playthrough. Hmm.
And you watch as his arm starts to pump, his actual hand becoming a jackhammer as his fist balls up and just through the wall.
Who's got mending?
He punches
Nick-
for a good long while. Stone upon stone upon stone upon stone. He beats a hole roughly 40 feet through the wall.
Have we seen enough?
Are we for certain this is the same place? Like, do I look around? This
It
is definitely
was-
it,
It was the cell at the end of all the other cells.
and that's
So-
the one that we're in.
There's
Okay.
there's no
And
doubt.
it doesn't.
There's-
It doesn't look like a different place.
Looks like
or
the same
duplicate.
exact cell, absent the body, absent the fake wall.
Is there any like signs, because like we were battling not far from here, like is there any signs on the walls and the stone of like potentially where, you know, damage from a battle or a struggle or anything?
Nothing.
How the fuck did they do this?
We don't know, but
The
you know how
simplest
tricky the elves are.
explanation. The simplest explanation is that you're full of lies.
Mikhail will ask if they have anyone within their population who is able to probe the mind, induce truth, or something of that matter, because sometimes evidence cannot be physical.
Those
Such as in-
are divine arts. Our culture gave up on such things long ago.
Do you know
We
that-
are not. We are not a theocracy. We do not
What a-
worship gods. Because that is an elven trait.
What about the guy that was behind the front desk? Where's he?
Guy that was behind the front desk.
Yeah, the guy that let us in.
Yeah,
That was an elf, if you remember correctly.
Oh,
but
that's
should there
right.
not be someone behind the front desk though? Who's usually behind the
Right?
front desk?
That. There's just
Is this not a
nobody here
secret
at all.
place? Like,
Where's your people?
As you bring this up, they sort of it sort of takes him aback for a moment. Major Cleavage says, "There is supposed to be a guard posted at the desk at all times. It's odd to find no one there."
We're telling
Also,
the
shouldn't
truth.
we check all the other cells?
It's a great idea.
Just in case they moved. I mean, it would be really elvish to use mold earth and then change positions and watch you come in here, and it's in the wrong door because they moved doors and are
Yeah.
laughing at us right now. We don't want them laughing at us.
Maybe check all of them at the same time.
That would be super elvish.
I will try. One more cell.
That's
and
not good
I
enough.
will.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
Are you dictating terms to me, prisoner?
What if they just do the same thing and they go to the next cell? And then we still look like a bunch of liars.
And then who will take the blame for not checking all the cells if there is some truth to the matter?
From my perspective, you are a bunch of liars. But I am growing impatient, but still willing to try.
Then try.
You are led into the cell in the middle of the 5 cells. And this time, he doesn't bother with the jackhammer aspect of his arm. No. This time, his fingers fold back, and a large hole opens in the center, and his chest begins to glow. The temperature in this cell, fairly confined, begins to rise rapidly. And you watch as a gout of flame, pretty much in a solid line of lava, hits the wall and burns through it entirely. It does break through to the other side. You
How do you
can
explain
see
that?
now a melted hole, perfectly melted through, almost like Superman melting through the ice. He says,
Let us have a look then.
and he starts breaking the wall again. Now easier because he's got a point of reference to pull from. It takes about 15 minutes or so before he breaks through the other side. You are all pushed through. And you look down to see a burning pool of lava. No platform, no elven base, no nothing.
We saw it last time. It was glamored, right? Or could we
It was
just
what?
see it? Was it glamored or
could-
could we just see it?
No, you could just see it. He goes, well,
Fuck me sideways. He was telling the truth. And he
pulls. And you watch as the illusion warps as he drags his fingers through it. And it rips and is torn down. And you see before you the platform and the Elven City. And you are immediately assaulted by thousands of spells.
Oh no, we haven't rested yet.
It's been a, I
Panto,
think it's a week. Later.
He pretty much grabs you all by the waist, pulls you all through, and essentially uses his back as a shield to guard you all as he brings you out of this cave. The cacophony of sound that happens behind you, bolts of ice, bolts of fire, bolts of ice hitting bolts of fire, creating steam explosions. It is deafening.
I tell him to free my hands so I can heal him.
There you go, nice.
I have not been injured, I assure you. And your hands will be freed in a moment.
So he takes you out. He very much puts you all down, removes your handcuffs, cracks his neck.
Right. Wait here.
He turns around.
I think it's time for some war crimes.
And he literally starts singing a hymn like war crimes, war crimes, war crimes. And he fucking bounds back through the tunnel and just separates. You watch as every part of his body just turns into tiny little robots.
Can I inspire him before he leaves?
You can, but there's not just one target. As you try to target him with a spell, you get the sense that there are too many targets to actually latch onto. As his entire body turns into tiny microscopic golems. And it's the color on Major Cleavage's face drains completely out of her skin as he takes on a form that she has not seen in 400 years. He goes, "Oh, fuck, we're all gonna die. We gotta go. We gotta go right now." And behind you, you hear a large boom! Like fucking the loudest explosion you've ever heard in your lives. You get the sense that that's a level 20 battle about to go on. And you guys don't need to be here.
No, okay, bye.
Interestingly enough, as you are heading out, running out, really, heading down the trail and back towards Svartalheim, the remainder of the dwarves from down below that went into the tunnel that was into Gramashu proper all start to run out as well. And you watch as the back half of that platoon starts to get eaten by these tiny golems. And as they eat, you watch as that part of the swarm burns red for a moment. And the burning energy heads towards the center of Gramashu. It is terrifyingly procedural.
Can Frank run or fly as fast as he can to the platoon that's being eaten and try to like thunderclap those things back to keep as many being eaten as possible? Like dive bomb thunderclap if I need to.
Pretty much as they're all running and half of them just gets caught up in the general cloud that expands, the cloud stops and starts heading back toward the center of Gramashu.
So they don't.
Never mind. It is pervasive, but most of them get away. It seems like this is his ultimate weapon, which he's not great at aiming. Which is why he got the name Major General Havoc. That being said, you all stand back as you hear screams, more explosions. Aside of the mountain, as you watch, blows out. A little bit of lava and rock getting jettisoned out in the direction of southwest, which is luckily away from you. But Major General, the Major goes, "We should go further. We should go further." Sort of like she's become your tour guide now to get you away from danger. This
Can
whole
we be
process,
unbound now?
you are unbound now.
Good.
This whole process takes over 3 hours. At the end of which, the swarm begins to fly out of the large mouth. Right in your direction.
So we stayed there for 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
The swarm flies out in your direction. It gets so close before it just starts to shrink down and coalesce back into the metallic form of Major General Havoc. His beating golem heart at the center of him now dimmer, and he breathes very labored.
Well,
Frank!
that was a lot.
Frank, do you go up to try and heal him? You can't even tell if he's wounded.
Do you want me to heal you or mend you?
By what sort of magic do you heal?
By the power of I put a great dance on.
I find this to be acceptable.
And he do you want healing or mending? My good Mr. Major General.
Ask for mending.
So I will just basically dance around him for a while, give him a good poke, and every time I poke him, it mends.
Okay. Time to go home.
He starts walking back toward the city. No explanation of what happened. No thanks for your service. Just
I would definitely start asking questions. For sure. You know, did you get them? Are they dead? Are the elves gone over there? Or?
Well, they're mostly dead. I couldn't destroy the center structure,
Okay.
protected by some very powerful elven magic. Well, we'll get there. I'll come back with an entire 4 platoons.
Quick question.
So we're
When you
exonerated?
kill them,
So we're
What?
exonerated.
Did you feel exonerated?
I mean, I'm not in cuffs anymore, so kinda.
There you go.
so when you kill those elves, do they spawn back like you guys do? Or are they too far from their... Do you know?
So, here's the thing, right? If you're not within a certain range of a ledger of souls when you die,
Right.
you're dead.
So were they out of range of theirs? Do
The
you
closest tower is a mile or proved that way. Svartalheim is that way, and neither of which is claimed by an elf.
Nice. Good job. I give him a pat on the back, smacking his metal.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
I should send word ahead.
Out of his shoulder, you watch as popping off a bit of nanites kind of glob onto the ground, and you watch as they clump together and form. Merle, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God, why?
I'm pretty sure it was you.
That was a dirty
Oh.
20.
Frank as well. I'm sorry. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, I just fly straight up in the air.
Oh yeah. Merle, you are able to hold yourself together pretty well in the face of a spider bot.
Disgusting. Oh my God. Whoo! She's also going to take a few steps back. She's also
it
going to ready a
skitters
weapon.
off on all 6 of its disgusting legs.
She's scared to death.
Blech.
You all are walked back to Svartalheim. That's where we're going to take a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. See you in a little bit. We are back. So, you are now all unchained, being led by a half a platoon of dwarves back to the city of Svartalheim.
Can we see the dragon anywhere?
The dragon is nowhere to be seen right at the moment. The tower that he was attacking, however, is looking perfectly fine, apart from the fact that it looks, as you look off in the distance, it does look like it's slightly overgrown.
Like foliage?
Yeah. Like vines and giant fruit.
I'm gonna ask. Be like, has it always been like that? That tower over there with all the foliage and plants?
What do you mean? Oh, fuck. The elves took that tower when the dragon attacked it. Motherfuckers.
They gave you the old bait and switch. Made you come to the shoe.
You're muted.
We need to get back to Svartalheim as soon as possible.
With that being said, he sort of orders a double time march, which for dwarves, it's really just running full speed in a sprint. You all try to keep up, but there's no fucking way you
Mikhail
can.
half-heartedly tries for 2 minutes and then just looks pleadingly up at Mo.
Aren't my legs longer than theirs?
Your legs are longer, but they are far more sturdily built. They sort of hop,
Oh, I hate that.
and their legs carry them forward about 10 feet before they hit the ground again.
Jesus Christ.
It's odd. It's very odd.
It's probably why
they're
they get
very
along with the
fast.
goats.
It's
They're
probably
very
why they get along with
fast.
the goats.
And I need you all to roll dexterity. Just straight up
boy.
dexterity.
Just
Actually,
straight decks.
no, this is going to be athletics.
Mhm.
What the fuck? For real?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a
Mhm.
1
Oh.
for an.
I mean,
That's
if
a
we all
1 minus a
hate
1 for a
people-
0, which is as I anticipated.
Oh no.
Alice, this would mean I actually choose to fail, but this is even funnier.
Oh my
I got a
god.
7.
Kyle, you run
He already
for
gave up.
all of 2 seconds before
Great.
you even pass out.
Oh
Now
my
they have to
god.
Zeraphine,
Pick me up.
you run less amount of time than fucking Mirabelle does. Right?
12.
Thank God you can fly. You still can't fly fast enough. Major Cleavage turns and sees you all pitifully unable to keep up at a full march. And she just... Fine. Major General Havoc.
What? What is it?
They can't keep up, sir.
What do you mean they can't keep up? Oh, Jesus.
As he looks over you all. You're all like heaving near dead on the ground from the run. He goes,
No. Shit. It's sort of left there. Now it's back at the city. No, I got this.
and he picks all 5 of you up and starts to run with you in his hands, cradling you. He's not he's a
I'm
fucking
terrified.
giant for a dwarf.
Jesus Christ.
So when I say he can cradle you in his arms, it's kind of awe-inspiring a little bit. If
So
it
are we
wasn't
just
so
a pile of bodies, just like
if it wasn't so bloody uncomfortable as he runs and you smack constantly into his metal limbs. You do make it back to the city in record fucking time. However, all of you take
I don't want to.
13 points of damage.
wow. I
as,
am not okay.
as you bounce around in a metal cage for half a day, essentially.
Oh my god. I have 12
As
HP
you-
left.
Why do you only
As
have
you
12?
reach the
we're
gates
never
of
long rested.
Svartalheim, you are all unceremoniously dumped out onto the ground.
I would like to thank you all for traveling Ground Havoc. Now, what to do with you?
Frank tries to fly and he just kind of like bops for a little bit in the air.
You do all have a point of exhaustion, by the way, just from the attempt of running.
Right, so you uncovered a major plot of the elves to try and win the war. However, there is still the matter of the dragon, which we have not ferreted out. Whether you had a hand in it. So, what to do? What to do? I suppose, if you were truthful about the plot in Kermashu, then there must be some truth in your dragon story. So, with that being said, I will put both matters to rest. Right here and now. However, you will not gain any reputation from the finding of the secret base. However, you will also not put to jail. Have a very lovely day.
Goodbye.
Good.
Good fucking riddance. I don't say that out loud though.
I still don't like it. Mikhail says,
Me neither.
You are all free to enter the city as the two platoons of dwarves now and step back, like they left and right face, and then step back twice to like make an alley for you to enter.
Oh, I will say, just for the sake of it, if I do find that you had anything to do with the dragon coming about, I'll find you.
We're not hard to find.
I stand out.
how well
I
guarded
think we
was
all do.
that? It feels like an oversight for something that possesses so much danger, but anyways, that's just my thoughts.
So,
And we should have listened to the alchemist too. Give him those elemental cores before we forget.
Yeah. Right, I agree.
you travel into the crafting ward. You find the shop of Jake the Alchemist. Mikhail, you head in with the cores in tow.
Windows and vents.
He's not here.
Oh,
And the shop is
interesting.
clear of toxins.
Oh, interesting. You see, the rest of the party will see Mikhail's head pop out in record time within less than a few seconds of having headed in and says, "It's all clear." I do mean that quite literally. And now I'm not trying to poison you. And he pushes the door open wider.
I'm gonna walk in too.
Follow suit.
Is there a note or anything anywhere?
You step in, and you all meet with a magical force barrier that erects in a sort of semicircle around the inside of the doorway. There is a note written in the air in sort of sparkly letters. It says, "Out to meet with the king about the dragon. Be back soon. Set shop to window mode." Or set shop to window shop mode.
Is there like a be back by 3 type situation? Does it have any indication of when?
These things take the time they do.
Okay.
Meeting with the king.
That's a pretty big deal. Do we want to wait here? Or do we want to...
We can come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know how long he's gonna be.
You have no idea how long he's going to be.
I'd say we come back.
Where do you want to go?
Maybe go back
I'll
to our
leave you for a
tavern?
free moment.
It'd be nice to have a short rest.
Yeah.
The tavern, as always, stands very loosely against the sturdy bones of this stone city. It is a wooden building, dilapidated, hanging off stone walls. The second and third floor, still pretty much unusable. As you all enter in and plop down in chairs, it takes you all a bit to notice. There are more people in here.
There are people in here in general.
Not dwarves.
Oh.
It's like,
As you all sit around this table and sort of look up, you're met with a number of people you've never seen before.
What races?
Many races.
How many people
As
are
you
there?
all, there's like 15 more people.
We notice them as we sit down.
Yeah.
We're just like heads down, like, what the fuck?
Veltri, the Furbolg
right.
attendant who looks over this guild, he goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you're back. I don't know what to do. They all just started showing up."
Have you been serving them? Taking their money?
Yes, but I'm quickly running out of ale.
Oh,
Never run out of ale before.
I don't know where to get that.
Do you have entertainment?
As he drives up to the table and this other individual pulls forward a rather flowery man wearing sort of a captain's garb. Right. Who the fuck are all of you?
I am Frank the Fantastic. Who are you?
Name's William.
Nice to meet you, William. And Frank will put out his little hand.
Is that William?
It might be.
Is it? Carry on.
I have questions. Not the least of which is, how the fuck did we come to be here?
Oh, did y'all go through a portal thingy?
And how do I get back?
Still
I had
figuring
an
that part out.
important mission that I was in the middle of.
We all
I think
were.
you're screwed.
no.
You don't understand. My friends are back there. I need to get back.
We all need to get back. We're all trying to get there. But apparently the only way to do that is to win this stupid fucking war.
He gets very pissed and just walks off toward the other side. When another
Fucking
gentleman
thing.
comes up to the table, says, "Sorry, I don't mean to be a bother, but do any of you actually know how we win the war?"
Grab the towers, I'm
Yep.
guessing.
Taking down the towers.
Or
Or taking
take out-
over the towers.
whoever made the towers.
Yeah. Or destroying these big blocks that keep us floating in the air and let us fall down to earth and see what happens. Or land, whatever.
You
That's
sort of
still in my wheelhouse.
you see a man dressed in all leather and black,
Oh shit.
and he sort of has a dagger. He's balancing point tip down on his finger, as he flips it, catches it by the pommel, and holds it, and he goes, "Right, so who do I have to cut to find the fucking thieves guild around here?"
Your knife work needs work. But I don't know if there is one, honestly, because it's kind of hard to steal stuff when money's incorporeal.
He's not
The
wrong.
fuck did you say?
Yeah.
I've been around some of the best belay dancers in the plains. You could do better. Ain't better.
Frank. And I nudge him.
What? Everybody could do better.
Okay,
You
but
watch
Encouragement.
as he folds into a shadow underneath him.
smash.
And apparates out of the shadows behind Frank. He goes, "Is this good enough?"
He scares the fart out of me, and Pixie Dust hits him in the face.
"I don't need this. And you see another gentleman, sort of a regal kind of gentleman with a rapier, says, "Glaive, my friend, come back!" "Oh, shit. Well, there goes probably the best fighter we had."
I think he needs a hug.
I expect he'll be back. There's so few places to go. And at least here, mercenaries can pick up all sorts of work. Out in the open or otherwise.
That is also something I mean to talk with you all about. How to say this? The board has taken on a job. And
Ah, well, what sort?
he points at the board. And it's one sheet of paper. It says, "Kill dragon."
Shocker, truly.
Oh,
How
fuck.
much?
Right?
Right, so I don't mean to be a negative Nancy, but I think that job's a bit out of everyone's range at the moment.
At the moment. But how much is it worth still?
Is it worth all of us trying to get
Well,
her?
it was posted there by the king's personal representative, so a lot. It's worth a lot.
How many people are looking at us?
Roughly 9.
God, so many left. What if we all band together?
Then you would all die.
No, but
Then we
Like-
almost get stronger together.
entertainment? Is no one playing music or anything?
Frank, you should lighten the mood.
Frank will pull out. Beep, 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 beep.
So we have met William the Great, Glaive the Thief. Let's see. Gaston. Yeah, that's all you've met so far. So, Frank, roll me a performance.
Nice.
23.
What instrument or
What's a 25, darling?
kind of performance do you put on?
We're exhausted. I pull out the fiddle and dance around in the air with it. while I'm playing it. I kind of hold it like a cello because it's a little big, but I still dance it. I kind of play it back like I'm playing it like it's a cello, but I'm dancing with it like it's my dance partner through the air.
There is a goblin in this room that goes,
Yeah! All right! That's not fucking bad!
At least somebody has taste.
Merle would also be like bobbing or swaying.
he goes, and Veltri goes,
Okay, there's entertainment, but I'm still running out of ale. What the fuck do I do?
Where can we get ale?
It is a dwarven city.
Okay, but where is it? The warehouse for ale?
That's
Is it-
Can I just go to
fine.
any dwarf and be like, hey, can I buy some ale off you?
The
Is that how it works
distillery?
here? Yeah.
you could go and get some ale for the run. But
Even if you make a run, I don't know how much longer it will last if they keep coming.
Well, you got Frank here to entertain you. I mean, that's the only thing we can do is go get it. If we don't go get it, then they'll never get any ale.
What I'm saying is, I need help.
Why not hire
You-
some of them?
Can you help me hire some people
Oh,
around
yeah.
the city?
We can probably hire some of these people in here.
I didn't even think about that.
who wants a job? You see like 4 or 5 hands go up. He goes,
Oh, shit. That was easy.
Well, interview them first and then make sure they're good fits.
who can cook?
Frank
You-
flies as fast
see a
as he
guy-
can over, and don't trust the goblin. Don't trust the goblin. They can.
You
Oh,
see a guy
God.
in an actual chef's garb sit up and go, well, fuck me. I suppose I can cook. And this man is blonde. He's about 55 years old, you think? And he's wearing a chef's coat that has like, it has like a pitchfork. And it says kitchen nightmares underneath the pitchfork.
We'll be the judge of that. I asked him to make Michael an Orlesian omelette, which is a French omelette and is actually a technical test used for new chefs.
Coming right up, Dove.
Yes.
I would like to test your filet mignon.
Oh, no, the flaming yon.
Do we have a filet mignon, madame?
And
I'm sure we have
Chef
eggs.
Gordon Ramsay goes into the kitchen and makes you filet mignon and fucking poached eggs. Yeah, it's really him.
Stamp of approval. Will do.
It's gonna get weird, y'all.
Oh, Frank should have been a food critic. This is a great day.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's session. The revelation that something is clearly broken with the Bifrost, and it's just taking anyone at this point.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Holy shit.
You clearly did something that no other group has done before. What that is, fuck if you know.
We kicked the shoe.
The dragon. I let the dragon release and there was something else with it. I don't know.
Maybe the
guess.
dragon just wrote something.
Yeah.
Well-
Oh, fuck. I think you're right.
Well, if you remember, it was supposed to be just the three of you, and then Frank came along, and then Visenya, then Visenya, and then Frank.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, there's been a slow trickle now of adventurers ever since you did something.
Okay. The fuck did we do? Oh man.
We have
It
to go
wasn't
back
me,
and
I
see.
wasn't there.
Right.
But if there's adventures joining the dwarven side, you can bet.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
That's fantastic.
Stunning.
All right, folks, we will see you next week on
Dude,
Valley of Endless War. Or no, not next week. I'm sorry. We'll get back to you on that. Bye.
bye.